Alrighty. Let's see. Do we hear me? I do. There it is. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Happy the Tuesday. Happy the Tuesday to you. To the whole world, happy the Tuesday. There we are. Wow, we got some chat there already. Stefan's in there. I like that. This is something. Stefan again. Stefan. All right, Stefan, let's get this going then. Hi, Doc. Looking forward to hearing from you again. I haven't set the three-line indicator as shown yesterday under my card bandwidth. No problem. Good. No problem. Excellent. Stoke, I have the same basically set as you, yet the line looks completely different from yours. Let me see. So which one? The other Stoke? Was it the slow Stoke? Let's see. So Stoke, I have the same basically set. Let's see. Let me go back up to the top. Three-line indicator shown yesterday under my bandwidth. No problem. Stochastics fast. No problem. And then the third one is a slow stochastic. Let's just take a look at that real quick. I see the marks are in there still, so that's cool too. I was on the Mexican peso. Well, that's all right. We can do that on the Mexican peso. So, yeah, so the second one, the third Stoke, there, I've got it highlighted again, the 9.6 SM and the slow, okay? And then I put them all on the same scale situation, or same screen, I guess it is. Let's see, so would you like to take a look at these settings on YouTube? Sure, definitely. Let's take a peek at that. Let's check it out. Welcome to, let's see, how do I get there? Let's see, welcome to chat. Remember, guard your privacy. Okay, let's see. Oh, Farcash, how you doing? Let's see, yesterday I had to get a wisdom tooth removed. Ouch. Ow. Alice, how you doing? Good to see you. For today, I would like to know what you think about the S&P 500. You know, it's curious, looking at the S&P 500. It's much more firm, and you can see the Dow's been climbing. Money is going back to the old main the old industrial companies. So that's probably helping it. Whereas the Nasdaq is taking it down. We can take a quick look at that. And then Stefan, you have to show me how to get to the YouTube. Maybe what we'll do is maybe I can do it after the webinar or something like that. We can figure something out, or during the webinar if you can post how to get to it on the chat line here. See if you can post how to get to it on the chat line, and we'll take a look at that, and then we can see if we can help you out there. Let's see. Now going back to the question for Farkash. Farkash was saying, yeah, and I've been seeing that. We've been kind of talking about it a little bit, not a lot. Let's take a look at it. There's the S&P. We're going to do it on J4X to start off with. Let's see. Push the button. He pushes the button. Let's see. Where's the button? There it is. Button. Who's got the button? There we go. There's the S&P 500. And we'll put it up on the other screen too. We'll go with the Chicago Quant. My Chicago Quant. Let's see. Where are you? Where 'tis you go? Not there, there. Okay, and right there. All right, so there you can see it's looking a lot better. You can see the well. You know what? Look at that. Isn't that interesting? When you look on J4X, you can see the fast Stoke moving down, and let's see what and my white line is moving down towards the time manifold, doing the same thing. It's starting to move down. You can see here. It's a good distance off from what I would call the three-dimensional zero lines, the dashed slow Stoke and the bandwidth. But and obviously the same thing's going on here, way high up, no problem there. And now let's just jump over to something like the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq's been doing a nice little correction in here, but nothing too violent. There it is right there. You can see a couple red dots. You can see it broke down in there, went into a sell there yesterday. But it's not exactly, getting crushed. You can see the white line is breaking the weekly. That is interesting there. And especially when you go and look on the fact check sheet, dun, 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 you can see that the line 28, we're 18 weeks in a weekly buy. Maybe it's going to do a little resting in there. So we're seeing like the Dow and the S&P's lifting. We're seeing the Nasdaq kind of pulling back. And we've been seeing that weakness slowly develop here over days to the point where we went into a daily sell there yesterday. Now let's take a look at it through J4X. and that is what I love, the name, the USA Tech 100 Index. Hell yeah, it is. And that's what it has been, and it's now it's the creme de la creme. At one time, it was just a bunch of real speculative tech stocks. Now they are mainstream, you know, mainline pillar of modern economy. Something that they've matured into beautiful companies. I know it's a strange thing to say, but they're very productive. And you can see here the weakness in the NQ. You can see here it broke the, as I like to call it, the three-dimensional zero line. Broke the slow stochastic. Fast line broke it, and you can see here it's heading for the I guess in many ways, if this goes through here, we're probably like looking at going through the time manifold here, that type of thing. You can see it's dashing its way down there, that's for sure. It'll be very interesting to see how it does when it goes through that and tries to turn back up, and we'll probably see our white line come through the time manifold on ours. So these lines are really matching up well. I have to think, I guess it was Daniel, right? Daniel really pushed us to take a look at that, and that was pretty cool. I see. Oh, okay, thanks. Mouse pointer on the yellow dotted line. Right click, edit indicator, then advanced setting at the top right. Whoa. That's too much for this early in the morning, and I've been up for almost 4 hours. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, let's go back to Stefan again and see what he's saying there on that. I hope I answered you there, Prakash. Prakash, that see what I'm saying there? Seems like the old main lines are really lifting up. I think the Dow. Let me just show you the Dow. Let's go to Dow. I'll go back to Stefan, and that is see, I move like a floor trader, trading two different trades at the same time, trying to get them all executed at once. You can see here. Here's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Showing some real climbing up to the highs, trying to take out the highs. Come on, it'll do it. It's there. It is there. Okay, so you can see here they're going after these highs back of what is that? May, right? May, April. So you can see it's the laggard of the three majors, and the S&P's doing the same thing in a sense too. It's going after the all-time highs. That line there. You can see we're real close to the all-time highs in the S&P 500. If we're not already there, what is the highs there? Let's see if we can show it on mine. It might be a little bit clearer, just because of the many things now I've put up on there. Let's see. So yeah, we're looking at all-time highs in the 90s. Looks like to me, and because it's a futures contract, so it's always kind of a little whack. And then the high today is 79. So we're basically on the edge of going through all-time high in the S&P now. Okay, so now let me go back to Stefan again. Okay, so Stefan says, okay, thanks. Mouse pointer on yellow dotted line. Right click. Okay, let me right click. Okay, let's widen this out for you too. Right click. How about edit? Like that. We'll see if that does for you. How's that? Edit indicator, then advanced setting at the top right. Show indicator in all periods. Okay, so that's what's going on there. How's that? Now I guess we go back to the input right there. And you can see the low high SMA. What else can we output? That. Levels. There we go. I hope that all helps out. Let's go back to it again. The outputs, inputs, advanced. You know what? Let's cancel that. Let's do the same thing to the other one for you too. Edit indicator. There's that. The outputs. There's that. See that there? Levels. Nothing there. Advanced. Show indicator in all periods. Okay, cancel that. And let's do this one just for the sake of doing the same thing. Edit. You see the 20 and the 2. We haven't really tried to fine tune it at all either. That would be interesting to try to fine tune that. You can see the bandwidth levels and that there, and then the levels has nothing in it for transparency and so forth, and then advanced set on the same thing, show indicator at all periods. I hope that helped out. That should do it. That should give you some fighting chance there. And then maybe if you want to fine tune it, maybe you see if you can fine tune it a little bit more, and then we can try to do that here on the Dukascopy webinar one day this week, whenever you've gotten to your research to it. So that's the whole idea. This is like a trading pit. We're supposed to be all collaborating and talking about different things, not necessarily showing everything, but at least being honest and showing you all the main parts and being legit. So I'm not going to show you my proprietary mathematics, but I'm going to give you enough information that you can try to emulate it and get relatively close. Let's put it this way, as close as you possibly can with free public, J4X indicators. That's the answer there. Is give you the best fighting chance, and that's the whole name of the game there. Let me think. Where am I at here? Okay, that's good. So we've done that. Now I guess if I have answered everything, that's good. Find some new questions. We'll learn more all together. All of us will learn more. Let's go over to the euro and take a peek at the euro at the moment. See what that thing is doing. And that's NASCAD. Let's take a look at euro. Euro kind of, they knock it down, they lift it up, knock it down. You can see our weakness here. On the spreadsheet, well, I think we are 2 days in a sell now, right? Where's that at? 14, right? There it is. Right. 12 weeks in a buy, 2 days in a sell, just a little digestion going on in there. You can see it's already going through the time manifold. Maybe it'll fight its way back up and we'll start to lift again. We'll get some green dots. You can see here, let's no, that's not it right there. Let's put it up on J4X. Right there. There it is on J4X. You see it's not really falling too far. It's not going up too fast. Right now it's all chilled out. And so, I guess that's the best way to describe it at the moment. I'm not sure what else we can say about that. We widen it there. And you can see that, I forget what this is on top. Oh yeah, that's the, what is that? Where's it at? That is the, linear regression. Is that helping us any, the linear regression? Stefan, take a look at that. See if that linear, who brought us into the linear regression? Somebody asked him. It was kind of an interesting thing. I don't think it's ahead of the curve, but what it's kind of interesting is it did go yellow on that green, which is kind of cool, and you see the weakness. And you can see here, it went yellow ahead of the weakness here too at the same time. A couple days, it still rose in value, and then did its topping out thing with that point right there. At times, like you can see here, it turned bluish on that. So I guess we'll keep it up there until someone says it doesn't make any sense, or we'll just keep on watching it and seeing if we can figure out if there's more insight to the product itself, the tool itself, the linear regression. So, I mean, I have no problem experimenting here. It's always good to experiment, and the truth or the proof in the pudding is obviously it being right way more than wrong. I mean, that's really the whole game. That is our game. That's what it's all about here in trading. The idea is to make money, not lose it. So there we go. All right. Now, let's see what else we got going on here. All right, so there's the euro. You can see what's going on there. It was kind of funny last night when I remember when I did the numbers here. Check this out from line, I guess it's 12. So Aussie went into a sell. Cable was 2, euro was 2, and I thought this really surprised me. The euro GBP was -2. It's like, wow. And that was kind of funny. So, all right, let's go over to cable. Unless anybody wants to see something, and if so, then we'll go and get involved in it, because that's the name of the game here. Answer the question. That's what we should call this. Answer the question with Doc. Let's see. There's cable. And you can see it's been moving down. Let's put it up over here. Let's go to Chicago. Wow, did you see those crazy looters in Chicago? boy, this is the Democrat campaign. It's really weird. They got this violent thing going on, and the media is not talking about it. Would you believe we're not seeing any of this? I don't know if you're seeing it around the world, but our media is not covering any of this violence at all. Zero. And boy, the mayor was crying yesterday, and she was like, the safety director was crying about it, and in Chicago, and the police chief was crying about it, and the media is not covering it at all. It is amazing. Just weird. Just weird. Who owns our media today that they can control that? That's really weird, huh? I mean, they hide the rioting in Portland. They're hiding the rioting in Chicago. They're hiding the rioting in Seattle. That's really weird. I mean, the media is not talking about it at all. Something's going to happen with the media. They're going to have to clean that up. I say let everybody be able to broadcast and get rid of the licenses, because obviously the licenses are not doing any good. So you can see here cable doing that thing there, and then let's look at it here. You can see here it's going through our time manifold already. Let's widen this a little bit. So you can see there. So you can see there. It's through the time manifold and trying to lift up, and you can see that's what I was talking about with the other product. Can't wait to see how tomorrow brings, where the white line goes underneath the this standard deviation and the bandwidth, and how it tries to come back up through it, and then like this is like the dashed line is our zero line in a sense. So it's kind of neat. Let's see. Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna call you Diamond. I like Diamond. Diamond sounds cool. Can I call you Diamond? Diamond's a great name. I love the whole thing. Ferris. I love that. It's minerals. I love that. But I'd love to just call you Diamond if you don't mind. Hi, nice. You like the linear regression idea? Was it you, Diamond, that gave it to us? Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot. I want to watch it a little bit longer. It's and obviously we're not massaging it. I mean, obviously there's inputs to the thing. Let's see if we can get a hold of it and take a look. Edit indicator, and we haven't played around with the outputs or levels or advanced or I don't know. We haven't tried to. Oh, I think you gave us 13 though, right? It was 14 and you gave us 13, right, Diamond? That was pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna keep it up there and watch it and see if it helps it looks like it's helping the green and red hinky-ashy. It does look like it's doing it. You can see how it broke down here, and the blue was there, and then finally the blue breaks down just as it's breaking the slow-moving stochastic, or our zero line. And at the same time, you can see here, let's see, what was that? That was a sell. Then I guess we would remove that, because then it went to buy right there. And then we went back into the sell here. But that was one big slam. It was already slamming its way through. I mean, look at that. The gap down the whole bit. It was like a crush at the open. So it really is not that good a sell at all. But then we're in a buy, so you can't short it. All you can do is take profits from, like, here or here, that type of thing. Well, you can't, because there was a sell there. So it pushed it into the sell, and it went back into the buy here. And so this is pretty much a minus at this point. You can see that. And then now it's, it doesn't allow you to go short because we're long here for the weekly. So the overall weekly trend is up. So all you can do is to take a profit. And if you don't have a position, then you're not getting hurt. That's the whole key of watching the two indicators put together. So now we go back over to that. You can see the yellow, kind of joined in at the same time, here. What's interesting is the white line made it across here, so that's way back there, so that's no help. So it's kind of an interesting thing to see. It did turn with our work, so that's a good tool there. It's worth watching. And you're saying it's connected. You're saying 13 was the Fibonacci, right? Yes, I've been using Fibonacci numbers always. I hear you. Very good tools. There's no doubt about it. Fibonacci has great insight all the time. Okay, so let's see where we at. Yep. Thanks. Let's see. I think. So for how see for how long have you used this indicator setup? This one right here with the slow, fast, and the linear. It's only been going for about a week now. We've been following the slow stochastic and the fast stochastic for a couple of months, probably 3 or 4 months, and I've used it off and on throughout the years because I've incorporated it into my mathematics at the same time. So I'm very comfortable with the slow and fast stochastics. I've been using it as far back as 1980 something, I guess it is 1980s. So I feel comfortable with that. In other words, it has a good accuracy to it the way I use it. It matches very well with my math, which is good right there. It has the same characteristics, just set up differently. This is a new thing. This we were using a rate of change for a while, and we were trying to find something that would show a standard deviation. So we went with that. Hinky Ashy, I guess about a month now. We've been using those to emulate my dots. My dots are all the way back from 1982 or something like that, 84 or something like that. So they're like 35 years old. So this Hinky Ashy has shown me over and over throughout the years, over the last 5 or 6 or 7 years, it does have a nice close correlation, about a 30%, 70 some odd percent correlation to my dots. So that's pretty cool. And that's what we want to do, is we want to find things that are going to give us the most accurate, consistent prediction, leading indicating predictions, over the decades that I've been watching. So that's usually the best way to go. So a lot of stuff here, but this whole combination now is only a couple weeks old. This really is working. The purple line replaced the rate of change, and it's definitely a much better tool. A much better tool. So that's where we're at on that one. Let's see. What else can we do here? All right, so let's drift over to, I guess we'll go do the Turkish lira. That's what we do next. We do that Turkish lira thing. See what she's up to. She's looking like she's trying to climb into the cell. So that's interesting. You see it there, trading in the low sevens right now. I guess the halfway point now is around the 740s or 50s. Let's put it up on here. What's the high there? The high is 744. And you can see here on our work, it's busting through the zero line. You can see here on J4X, it's holding up still. See, the blue line is still up, but what is that? It hasn't given us a different color change yet. We still got green going on in there. We have no dot at all on there. You can see what's interesting is the linear or the bandwidth, the purple line here, the bandwidth one, is climbing hard and fast, and we've got the white turning down like we do here. Only difference is we're already through a zero line. This thing is dancing its way through the cell, but we're in the weekly buys. We've been holding up on these weekly buys for a long while. It almost busted it here, but it didn't. And so you can see here it's got this to do. We need this to turn down. That's what we need. We need to see this turn down, and maybe then we'll see a topping out. I don't know if we're going to see that. This Turkish situation does not seem to be changing on any real level. It seems to be consistently the same. So I would say the only way to really interpret it all is this is just another resting situation, and we're probably going to go after the eights. I mean, I'm just guesstimating, but I don't see anything particular screaming at me that says it's going after eights. That's just an opinion, just looking at the charts. And so we'll see how well if this daily sell, if it closes in the daily sell today and they can only get it into the low sevens, then I'm concerned that we're definitely, in my head, I think we're, the high percentage in my head, I want to say definitely going to see the eights. That's the way I see it. If this thing cannot break the sevens in a daily sell, that only tells us that they're they're building to go higher. So that's what we're going to watch for. If they don't break the sevens in a daily sell, then watch out above, traders. I mean, it just you just got that feeling that it just wants to take it up to eights and nines or something like that. I don't know. It just has that look to it at this point. Will it be in the next 4 days? No, but there might be a panic in there if this thing goes through the eights and shorts decide to, or not shorts, but longs decide to capitulate. We saw this product go from the fours to the sevens in a matter of 5 or 6 days. We're hoping that they don't do that to the poor thing, but I think we're in uncharted territory when it comes to chart reading, the analysis of the Turkish lira. I think that's the only way to describe it. We are really in uncharted territory. So that is really what it comes down to. Just be careful there, traders, because things ain't good. Let's put it that way. All right. So where do we go from here? I guess we go to Canadian. And there's not much that's going to be done about it. I guess if they would discover some minerals like diamond, oil, gas, something, that would really help the country out. That's what flatlined this action here, was that they actually thought that they were going to be an oil country, and so traders really stood back. But there's a lot of problems there. Just a lot of problems. Let's see. You can see here Canadians trying to break down. We didn't really put I guess we have to put the line in here. It went into the daily buy there. Where's it at now? That's line 20. So 2 days in the daily buy. A lot of twos going on there. And it's breaking down. It was never a really good move, but then we're in a weekly sell, so you couldn't take the long anyway. All it was doing is telling you not to be short. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Let's take a look at it on J4X. Ta-da, right there. So that's interesting. The white line is still above. We got the red going on there, just like we have the red dot going on there on our Chicago quant. Let's see. What else can I say about this? I don't know. Maybe it'll break. Maybe this will roll over later on today and head down. That would be kind of bullish. I guess would that be? I guess I mean, that's obviously a sign of a weaker dollar. So, and we do think that the dollar is going to be, kind of sideways down for a little while here. That's what it should be. Let's see, what do we got here? Whoops, what happened? No markets attached. Oh, okay. All right, let's take care of that. I got to send something out there. All right, where are you? Right there. Number 12. Let's do that again. So, yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it at this point in time, is that the dollar just seems to be sideways. Not a lot of passion, just kind of just steady, consistent action. I guess that's the best way to describe the whole thing. And I'd imagine that we'll see it just be that way for a while. I don't really see the dollar like I don't know. It'll be interesting when the election is over with. It will be interesting to see where that lands, especially if the election ends the way I believe it's going to, and that is that it's going to be a big Trump victory, and we'll see. It more than likely that's the way it'll play itself out. Now, what is going on with that send? There we go. So, Robin, if you're listening, I just resent that number 12 for Richardson. So, that's going to be interesting. I don't, I can give you the scenario that I believe we're going to see. Now the question is, will it happen? And that's so I'm looking forward to that. Let's jump over let's do the Swiss. Unless somebody wants to see something, we'll go to Swiss. Anybody want to see anything? Let's see. Let me just check the chat line there. Ah, okay. Prakash says, let's see, I would like to go long on pullback in the Turkish lira. Yeah, it does have that look. You know, you're right. It does. Let's see. Prakash also says, Canadian looks like a downtrend with descending ATR, definitively a bearish outlook to me. Yeah, which means a weaker dollar. You know, exactly. American dollar, which is, I totally agree with you. It does. It has that look to it. So, a lot of times the Canadian moves with the Turkish lira, but it seems to have broken away from that. I guess this oil thing has really shooken it up. Let's see. In this case here, you can see the Swiss is trying to lift up in here very strongly. Let's take a look at it over on the quant. Where are you? There it is, right there. Now, what is interesting is you can see. You can't totally see it. See, you see here, this thing's trying to roll over today. I mean, it jumped into the buy there yesterday, and it's already rolling over. Weekly sell, so you're not buying it. You're just covering a short, if anything. So and you can see most of the shorts have been pretty successful. Overall trend is down, so not to do anything foolish and try to get long in these things, unless you're doing it for like a few seconds or whatever. Let's see. What else? I don't see anything else on the chat line at the moment, so we'll just keep on rolling along there, unless someone wants to see anything. But yeah, you can see the Swiss is not exactly. Look at that white line on my work, all the way buried, all the way down. I mean, it's not even going after the time manifold, which is very interesting there. It just shows you, I mean, it's been a great haven for a weak dollar, and that is that the what do you call it? The Swiss franc has been a real alternative to go to. Probably not. I mean, you can't buy the trillions and trillions, but you can buy the billions and billions. So that's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Do we have everything? I think we do. Indeed, we do. So the next game is yen. Let's go see what the yen looks like. Oh, what's that? What about gold? Let's go check out gold, because I did see when we sent out the Chicago quant charts this morning, I saw the metals having, doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that is taking a rest. There's gold. Yeah. Okay. So it's still moving down. And you can see on our spreadsheet, dun, 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 2 days in a daily sell, So it's been a little weak there. We'll put it up on the screen there. Let's see, where are we? Gold, where are you, gold? I know you're on here somewhere. Oh, wrong screen. Okay, let's go like there. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, machine. There we go. And there is gold. So you can see here we've been on the sell from there, and it kind of had its little drop now. I guess that'll put strength into the dollar, really. Now, what's kind of interesting is, Canadians not caring. Whoa, Quad Z is here. Welcome to the party. Hey there, the binary app. Have you worked with it? Binary app. Let me think now. Didn't we go through that? I'm trying to remember now. You have to refresh me a little bit more on the binary app. As I chew some sunflower seeds here. Binary app. I think we did, didn't we? We looked at the binary app. Is it on J4X? Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Binary app. You got to refresh me again. I'm in my For some reason, I feel tired. I just kind of doing too many things. Back testing, sending charts out, and doing the webinar simultaneously. It's all tough. Binary app. I feel bad not remembering it. I know we did something with it, didn't we? Quad Z. What did we do with the binary app? You have to refresh my noodle. My noodle seems to be wet. That brain of mine is on stall all of a sudden. It happens. Sometimes, I'm an old man. Sometimes my mind has to slip on the stall, doing this stuff for 40 years. I claim, I'm going to claim I'm a retiree. I'm a pensioner. I'm not collecting Social Security or anything, but, I'm a pensioner. As you can see here, we're still looking at the gold. Let's look at silver. Well, Quad Z wakes up to gets me out of my stupor and gets us into this binary app again. You just have to tell me a little bit more. What were we doing with it? Is it bigger than a bread box? Does it have more than 4 legs? Now, silver is doing the same thing. We'll go look at that while we're waiting for Quad Z. Let's see. Silverado. Right there. And you can see there also Silverado is doing the same thing, trying to move down. And it also is in the daily sell. But they're in weekly buys. So, all they're doing really is taking profits. Binary app. I'm holding on. I'm having a Joe Biden moment. I'm in my basement right now and having a Joe Biden moment. Quad Z. You gotta feed me a few more breadcrumbs because my noodle is wet. Well, we'll keep on rolling along. I kind of say we did look at the binary app, I think. I'm not sure of it. This thing here's been pretty cool. We've been watching this one. This, what is it? If I can figure out how to get to it again. Linear regression. We've been looking at this linear regression. It's been interesting. And so we're now set. We got rid of that rate of change. I think you were around for that last week, right? So we're through. We're through with the rate of change. We're using the bandwidth one to give us a better visual, I'm eating my sunflower seeds. Maybe this will make my brain work better. I'm trying to remember the binary. I feel really bad. Usually I remember this stuff. I kind of want to say we did look at the binary, and I guess it, maybe it was done. Well, we'll wait for Quad Z to come up with an answer to that. I need my. I've fallen and I can't get up. My brain has fallen and it can't get up. Anyway, there's the metals. So for cash, you see that? Those metals are inching their way down. A little down pressure there. I'm sure the metal bugs will come in, but they may scare them a little bit here, This could be a little scare going on. What did I see with platinum? Platinum was doing something interesting. Let me see if I can find the platinum. I used to look at the platinum all the time in the webinar. You can see there platinum's doing the same thing, getting a smashola. Smashola. We'll see who makes it to the weekly sell first. Obviously, platinum looks like it's going to do that. Smashola. Oh, here we go. You may have probably missed that. Is it when you were discussing calls and puts? Oh, binary options. You had me all confused. Binary app. I'm thinking application, indicator. See what I mean? My noodle is wet. Binary options. I think Janos, remember that Janos kicked in with someone. Janos has been on vacation for a couple of weeks, but he should be back, I guess. I think he may be back today. He might be back this week, actually. I haven't talked to Janos in about a week. I would say that he contacted somebody inside Dukascopy about the binary options. So we can push that again. And I'll mention it to Janos. I'll text him after the webinar and ask him if he was any successful. Because the Dukascopy customers, they should look into the Dukascopy, the binary options. That's what it is. That's what took me off. APP. Remember, I'm in a 65-year-old body with a 18-year-old mind. So, basically, sometimes it's like I'm like a 16-year-old. So, when I saw APP, I'm thinking, app? What app? Is that an indicator? An application? Dukascopy has app called binary. Ah, that's what it comes down to. Right. Okay, for devices and so forth. That makes sense. So I'll talk to Janos about that, and we'll get that straightened out for you. No, hell, man, I like it. You're talking dirty, baby. I love it. Yeah, this is an adult show. We're allowed to talk options here. We're not afraid. Hell no. Options are. I was talking with somebody over the weekend about that. They're taking their CFA license, and I said, you got to do options. And she goes, well, I'm not really interested in trading. I was like, options are not for trading only. It's like any other tool. Options are, I said, think of it as like car insurance or house insurance or life insurance. And she goes, I never thought of it that way. I said, yeah. I said, options are a tool for the 21st, the latter part of the 20th century and the 21st century and forward. And volatility in your portfolio will be much lower if you utilize options. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can be a maniac. And you can do crazy things with options just as well. I mean, you can create risk just as easily in options as any other product. But if used correctly, married to the hard asset, that's the way we call it. That's the way we describe it in option terms, and that is that when you marry an option to a hard asset, that's the way it works. It works out much better. So that's the real game. In true investing, like a hedge fund or like a fund, they should use options more than a lot of people, do. And a lot of times they use them wrong to begin with. I mean, look at those 2,000-point swings in the Dow. That's mainly because of the incorrect way of using options, and the government agencies are willing to let them do that, which is really weird as far as I'm concerned. I think that they should be forced to use them the correct way, not the risk way. The assets are risk already. Why are they using options as a risk tool, to take on more risk? Is beyond my imagination. So, yeah, I'll talk to Janos about that. Because I love talking about options. Option. I am an option. You can choose to listen to me or not. That's what I am. I'm an option. You can choose to watch our indicators or not. That's what an option is all about, having the choice. And when you sell them naked, you are just short if it's the call. And if it's you sell the puts naked, you're just dead long. And that's what it is, and it's not a hedge on any way unless you're connecting it up correctly, like against another option. Let's see. Quad Z says Duke has an app called. Oh yes, I already read that one. Okay. Yes. Yep. So that's where we're at. All right. And so that was kind of neat. For a moment there, I was having doubts about myself. I was like, thought I was Joe Biden. I was like, oh my God, am I really in the basement? Am I like hallucinating? I couldn't figure out what the binary app was. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I don't even know if we talked about the binary app. We just talked about binaries and options. So wow, whew, That makes me feel a lot better. I was thinking, oh my God, maybe I should start collecting Social Security. Yeah. Oh my God. Put me in the old folks' home with all the other old traders where we talk about, like, every so often you fall asleep and you say sold in your sleep. Sold. Sold. I'm like old Marty. Sold. Sold. I just say sold in my sleep. Or take them. The old trader's home. You know, what is the old trader's? You want to know what the old trader's home looks like? It's a beachfront, 3-story on the ocean, right near the marina. That's what the old folks' home looks like. All right. Anyway, let's keep on moving along here. Let's get out of Doc's psychosis. God, I thought I turned into Joe Biden there for a second. Oh my God. Next thing I know, I'll be giving my granddaughter giving her tongue on the next kiss. Let's see. Oh, did you see those pictures of Joe Biden? He like kisses his granddaughter, who's like about 20 years old. I mean, like as if he's dating her. Oh my God, it's freaky. I mean, that's like an incest family. That's what they are. They're really weird. All right. Anyway, forget that stuff. Let's move along. So yes, silver and gold are feeling a little correction going on there. Let's go over to the crude oil. Let's see what the crude oil's doing. Oh, copper. Copper's making a dashy move like that too. Not too big, but you can see here, there's the weakness. Let me show you the copper on our screen here. Right there. There's our SEP copper. I thought it was falling further. I'm a little confused. I thought they had knocked it down. No, not Control T, Control R. There we are. I thought I could have sworn copper was moving faster and further down. Okay. I guess that's what's falling down there. So we're becoming oversold in the thing. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cough in your ears there. Yeah, so we're becoming a little oversold in the copper, it looks like. All right. Let's see now. Where was I headed? I was wanting to go to crude oil. Let's go look at crude oil. There's crude oil. Yeah, that's right. We got the line moving up in here. It's doing a little push into the plus side. You can see it's really consolidated. The white line is underneath the time manifold, back and forth, back and forth. You can see the sloppiness of this action in here. We've been in the daily sell since up in here. I guess it's this one right there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So we've been in the sell for here. It went down just one day. The next day was right back there again, and now it's trying to lift up. And as you can see, we got a green and a red dot going. We got this moving through, and so we've put a green line in there. If it see how it goes from there. Let's see. What else can we say about oil? I guess not much. The world doesn't seem like it's falling apart anymore. So oil is staying firm. We've seen $43 oil there with that big spike up top there. That was from last Wednesday's, I guess it was, or was it Wednesday? I think it was last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. The inventory report at the end of the day after the markets are closed, they put out that inventory report. And no, it's a 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time on a Wednesday, and during the trading day. And what happened was they put a report out and showed that the inventories were incredibly low. Now I know they have all those ships with a lot of oil in there, but I guess the refining side of it hasn't been carried over, and they haven't transported that oil that's on the tankers out into the refinery itself. So, okay, let's see. Quad Z says, can you please talk about a strategy to incorporate into trades? A good one is doing a combination of time. Like, in other words, let's say you're trading. Let's say you want to be long something. Whatever product. Choose a product, whatever. And I'll give you a full example, and I'll keep on talking about the theoretical of it, and then you give us a product, and we'll go see if we can find the prices on everything. Maybe an example. Oh yeah. So give me an example of a product. In other words, tell me what product you want me to do it on. So what you would do is I'm going to give you a theoretical of it right now until you come up with a product. So imagine it was crude oil, and you wanted to be long it. So what you would do is you could buy the underlying contract itself for crude oil. Okay, so you buy that. All right, now what you do is you might go and sell, say, a 4-month call, and it might have something, say, like a 65 or 70 delta. In other words, so for every move of $1 in crude oil on the downside, your option will pick up about, in the beginning it'll pick up about 70 cents. And then it'll be a little bit less because as it drops. But what you do is you take some of that premium, right? You look at the intrinsic value of the option. I know I'm going to use all the dirty words that are too sexy for most people, but it's all triple X. But we're going to say the words correctly, and then I'm going to go back and describe what those words mean, okay? Because we're all adults here, and so we can see a little nudity. So that's okay. All right, so what happens is that you sell the call, and you sell like a 4 or 5 month call against it, or a 3.5 month, depending on premium and volatility. But you sell that call, and it has some nice fat premium in there to hedge your long. And at the same time, you're following Doc's gig here with the weekly. As long as we're in a weekly, you can do the buy right. Now, that's what they call that. They call that the buy right. So what you're doing is you're buying the oil, you're selling a call with 3 or 4 months, which may have premium minus the intrinsic. What intrinsic means is that, let's say you sell the 44 call, okay? And let's say you sell it for like, let's see if I can find what a 44 call would look like right now, about 5 months out. All right, so there's crude oil, and let's go take a look at a 4-month call. And we'll give you an idea of what the value will be in the intrinsic. Let's see, there's that would be like November. We can do like an OC. Let's take a look at the OC, and the 42 call or 44 call is trading at $2. Okay. So now what you can do is right there alone, if you're long oil, say at 42, and the option itself is trading at $2. Its delta is probably relatively low, actually. So we probably want to go a little bit lower. We probably want to go to, say, the 42.5, where it's almost at $3, and that's like 65. That's like almost 70 days out. So that's just like a little better than 2 months. Let me go take a look at the 3-monther. The 3-month, you can sell the 42.5 basically for almost $4. Okay, so where's the product trading right now? It's trading at 36. Let's say you put a half $1 premium in it. So you sell the 43 call for $3.50. Okay, so now what it's going to do is it's going to protect you down to 39. Basically, that's what it's doing. It's protecting you. Now after that, you start to really lose a lot of money. So what you do is you take a little cheap of that money, and you might go and buy, say, a put spread. Might buy something. Let's say the 40 put, and sell something like the 37 put, and use like about 50-60 cents to hedge. Put another little hedge into there. Now you're still taking risk. There's no doubt. There's option risk going on. But if you're using a good technical tool, chances are you'll be able to hedge yourself. Let's put it this way. Compared to being naked long the oil contract or any delta contract, whatever contract it is, that itself is a way lower risk factor. Way lower risk. Like 70% lower than just being naked long. Now, there's no doubt you can also put a stop into that thing, just like you could if you were naked long a underlying product. And so that's what that means. Now, when I say intrinsic, what intrinsic means, I'm going to go back and talk about those words, and then what we're going to do is Quad Z, we'll go take a look at the Swiss and see if we can do that with the Swiss with you, because that's a smart idea. I like how you're thinking there, because the Swiss is a very solid product, and no doubt the crude oil is an incredibly volatile product. But if you were, and that's why we looked at one of the most volatile products there exists, and that would be. So now you have pretty much like $2,000 just on one lot. You have $2,000 of premium in your pocket. Okay, hoping to keep it when it expires. And so that's the way to play that thing. So in other words, you're selling like the 43 calls, 90 some odd days out. You take 70 cents from it, and you buy a big wide put spread to hedge it, to protect you a little bit more on the downside. So now you only have like a couple $1,000s in your pocket, because I mean 3 cents or $3 in crude oil is a $3,000 premium. So you take a little of that and you hedge yourself with it. Now let's go and do something a little bit more touchy-feely for you, and let's go take a look at the Swiss. Let's do that. All right, now I gotta find a way to put those options up there. Let's see, where is it at? Let's do this. What to do, what to do, what to do. Let's remove that. Delete row. And delete row. And let's put, let's insert row. And we're going to put in the Swissy, which is what's, I'm not even sure what Swiss is on the futures. Let's see if we can figure that out. Swiss. Let's see. I guess it would be not there. It's a futures contract, so let's try something else. Got to get these options in there for you. CHF. Let's try CHF. CHF, enter. No, it didn't do that. Let's take a look down. Forex. Let's get rid of stocks, indicators, and just futures. Not funds. Yes, futures options too. That's cool. And bonds. Okay, now I think we're getting warmer. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's go with set. And let's put in 87 days. You're not going to like the... yeah, I forgot. In the United States, we don't look at it the same way. I'm really sorry about that. That's why I always trade differently. Like we quote Swiss franc right now. That thing is being quoted at 1.0952. Okay? Whereas when we look at it, the Swiss in the spot and in the European way, which is the way I always look at it. I'm always Eurocentric when I'm looking at currencies. That is right there. You can see it's trading in the 90s. So what you do is you take that 90s and you subtract it from 200. And that's the way we trade currencies here in the States, which is really irritating. But I can come up with a price tag still, because we know that and a call is a put, and a put is a call in the United States when it comes to the way we're looking at it. And so what we're looking at here is the product's trading at 109.50 basically. So to match up to the, let's put Swiss up on the screen here for you. I think we're going to end up running out of time on this. And we'll do this tomorrow too. You tune in tomorrow. We'll go definitely through it more, and we'll get a much more thing going on there. See how Swiss is 91.39 in the States? We're quoting it at 109.50. It's like a subtract 91.41 from 200, and that's how we quote a lot of currencies. Same thing with the yen. Cable's the same. The euro is the same as we're seeing it, but almost all the other currencies are upside down because they do it in a reverse way. So the premium in a 3-month call is basically what is that? I think it's 137. I think that's what it is. It's 137. So that's basically $1,370, something like that. I guess that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I mean, no. It's more than that. It's way more than that in cash. So let me think. A full point is, I think it's $1,250. I'll have to look up the increment in it too. And so, we're looking at, it's about $1,700. So that's only hedging a couple cents right there, which is kind of odd. I guess what we want to do is we want to do something, let's say like the 93 call, the way you're looking at it and the way I'm looking at it, or the 92.5 call, and you buy the Swiss, sell the call, and then you can set up a small spread down below to protect it with puts, and then keep like $1,200 or $1,400 I'm sure they arbitrage this. They're probably making it very hard to try to squeeze option premium out of these things, in the currencies in particular. But when it comes to something as volatile as oil, it has to be bigger. I think we should do this. We'll try to do this again tomorrow. I'll be here. I'll be around right from the beginning. We can go look at the option strategy tomorrow, and we'll take a look at that. So I think I got to get out of Dodge here, traders. And at the same time, I've got to remember to put a title in there. Let's find a title. Because once in a blue moon, I really forget to do the title, and I really feel bad about that. So today, I think we'll call the title, what? What should we call the title? You guys have any opinion on that? To me, we were talking about, what were we talking about? We were talking about, trying to think what we were talking about in particular. Did anything really stand out? I don't think we said anything particular, did we? We talked about technical tools. I guess what we're doing is we're looking at the indicators still. So let's do that. Let's talk about indicators again. Indicators we use every day. And then what we'll do is we'll go through the options again tomorrow. I know I got to get out of here. It's already well past everything. All right, guys. Catch you later. Happy trails to you until we meet again.